Hello again, book lovers of the internet. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe because for every subscriber, I get a new subscriber and they also read a page from a book of my choice. In today's video, I am going to be reviewing a graphic novel called Wolverine. This one, as you can see, is by Chris Claremont and Frank Miller. This one has about 150 pages and I rated it 3 out of 5 stars. I read this morning. It really didn't take me long at all to read, and it consists of collecting Wolverine volumes 1 through 4. So, as much as I love Logan as a character, he is more than a bit of a one-trick pony, and if you've ever read the comics or watched any movies starring him, I'm pretty sure that you can agree with me that without Hugh Jackman, this character wouldn't be as cool as he is in the comics, especially. And in my opinion, Deadpool is way cooler. And one could argue that, for instance, a character like John Wick is very similar to Wolverine. However, Wolverine is not only a mutant, but also an experiment. So he's meant to be much more formidable than he is depicted as, especially in the comics, from what I've come to figure out. He's meant to be overpowered, but here he comes across as a simp for this lady of Japanese heritage called Mariko, even though he does blue ball Yukio several times, a woman who is in love with him, and he basically ignores her for several reasons, and at the same time, she is um, working against him in a way, but when push comes to shove, she does help him out, even though she kills a very fond friend of his. So, yeah, I mean, this is basically how he redeems himself and comes across as more of a Sigma for a few panels, then he reverts back to simping. So, yeah, I mean, for a few panels, he blue balls this character called Yukio. And even when she invites him for intimate relations, he is thinking of Mariko still, but then he has some duties he has to um, work around, I suppose, and he ignores her entirely. He just leaves, which, yeah, I mean, that is probably the best thing he did in this whole graphic novel. So, although I think of Wolverine as one of the coolest characters Marvel has ever produced, the comics I've read so far don't seem to do him justice, especially when compared to the movies, in my opinion. And as I mentioned earlier, I thank Hugh Jackman for being such a fantastic actor and for actually helping to put Wolverine on the map and the X-Men in general. And of course, Ryan Reynolds is also a brilliant man and an actor, and the character is Deadpool. I think that is why I enjoyed Wolverine and Deadpool so much a couple of months ago. I mean, he does ultimately get what he yearns for towards the end of this graphic novel, yet in the process, he loses a friend, is poisoned multiple times, and kills his would be father in law since there is so much going on in the criminal underworld. I mean, there is a lot of conflict, but most of it we are meant to deduce ourselves. It isn't really blatant. All we know is that Wolverine is hunting down all these criminals and trying to bring justice to the world after they wronged him. So he's avenging himself in a way. And I feel as though even Hawkeye, Hawkeye, the one of the most random people in the Avengers, one of the most boring, perhaps uninteresting characters. I feel as though Hawkeye would have come across as cooler than Wolverine in the case of this volume. This is definitely not one of the better volumes in the Ultimate Graphic Novels collection, and I'm certainly not a massive fan. I hope that the other Wolverine comics are even better than this one, and I will certainly let you know whenever I pick another one up. So that is all I had to say about Wolverine. Thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out the rest of my content because why not, I suppose. And I will see you in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. But before that, make sure to recommend me some comics I should read because I have many of these which I would love to read and review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you hopefully very soon in the next one. Bye, guys.